Don't do that. Go have fun over there where you're supposed to be. Why are you doing that? OMG. Hey, hey. Hey, Irene. Happy 4th. Just came on really quickly. Me and the kids are out at the park. I'm walking around getting some exercise, girl. Grandma trying to stay fit. Just came on to say happy 4th to anybody that's on. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying some time with their family. The kids are on the park here. And I'm just actually walking alongside the kiddos. I'll go over there in a minute. I'm doing my couple laps here. I've been walking now, guys, for about half an hour. Hey, hey, Tamika Davis, how are you, Queen? I'm out trying to get me some exercise in, get me a few steps. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. See, guys, the kids are back there on the park, on the playground. And I just walked the trail right alongside. So I'm benefiting and they're benefiting. This is the actual playground I like to come to because it's smaller. Don't have too many people to worry about. Um, some cars will pull up here and there, bring some kids. They'll make a few friends, play around. But for the most part, I think it's more beneficial for me because I get to get my exercise on. Oh, God. I was carrying things up and down the steps all day, and my left arm, I don't know if I pulled something, but it's been giving me problems. Yet, listen, it's about 95 out here, too. It looks like they trying to call it quits. I see them trying to study, inch back over to the van. And I'm like, hold on, y'all, I ain't finished walking yet. They hating. They hating. They don't want me to have my fun, but they all, got everything they wanted. We went to the store. They chose themselves some little snacks. And then I figured I'll get them out for some fresh air and let them move around before we go in and I get the grilling and cooking. We're not having much, just simple things because we don't have anyone coming over. So just like some burgers, sausage, and hot dogs. Got a big box of chips, like a variety pack. We have drinks. Of course, they have a bunch of indoor activities they could do. You guys will be seeing in an upload coming up, TJ and Tyzier's big birthday gift. I always try to get them something together, like a big gift. And they got a pool table. Well, it's a 4-in-1 table. So you get to play, what is it? Here comes Tyjon. You get to play table. You get to play pool, hockey, um, ping pong, and soccer. So it's like a foosball or something they call it. But it's 4-in-1. I can't lie. I'm playing it just as hard as they are. Hubby is too. Um, but I did get some footage of them playing. You see us, Sierra? Hey, Queen. We out here, honey, in this park. Um, Grandma, I'm getting her steps in. I'm exercising. I gotta stay committed. I'm getting my steps in. And you know we got those watches that we spot, sponsorship. So I'm using that to calculate my steps and my heart rate. Of course, I got it set every 2 hours. It reminds me to drink more water. I have I think the water bottle I'm carrying is 36 ounces. So I'm getting my water in. I'm getting my steps in. I try to stay as active as I can with the boys. Let me turn around and let you see the playground we're at today. Sierra, I know you came in a little later. I know, baby. Let me get my steps in and then we can go, okay? Everybody want to keep telling me it's hot, it's hot. I know it's hot, but I need y'all to move around. If we was in the house, they wouldn't lay around and chill out. They want to bounce off the walls and stuff. So now I bring you out here where you could run until you are good and content. And they don't want to do it. They want to bother me, tell me they hot because they see me walking around and chit chatting. So it looks like grandma having fun. Now they want to cock block. What y'all got going on today? Anybody barbecuing? I was trying to read what you just said, Tamika, but it faded out, so I'll wait for it to come back in. Something about the live notification. I'm thinking you said you got it today. You got the live notification. I'm hoping that's what it is. I know right now they're clearing a lot of people's out of other folks' accounts. Yeah, here it's hot out there, Sierra. Yeah, you in VA. You're very close to me. A couple hours. Yeah, you say you finally got the live. I seen it. Okay, good. So that means we back up and rolling. They probably heard what I said. They doing our relationship dirty. They know we on to them, Tamika. But I am definitely trying to stay fit. I need to be around for these babies. Um, we actually ain't got no business out, y'all. They got on PJs. They look like short sets, and I love that they make them like that now because nobody really knows. Hey, Miss Latrice, welcome, Queen. Thank you for popping on. Happy 4th to you, too. All of you ladies. I hope y'all get all the barbecue in that y'all want. I'm going to eat the meats and the vegetables. And I ain't going to lie, I'm cutting my watermelon today. We went to the farmer's market. You guys will see that in tomorrow's upload. My mother and I went to the farmer's market. Well, we went to the farm. I'm sorry, not the farmer's market. We went to the farm and got some fresh produce. You know, we in Jersey, so we get our Jersey corn, tomatoes. You know, we the Garden State, so we got the best produce in the summertime. Well, we're getting it right here in Jersey. Um, we did go to the farmer's market after we left the actual farm because that's where our Amish bakery is. I showed you guys in my live stream the other day where um, TJ didn't want the birthday cake. He wanted the donuts. So we went to the Amish market and got him a dozen of a variety of donuts. For anybody that didn't see that, oh my God, those donuts are something to get ready for. So I found a caramel butter pecan donut. I had a caramel apple. They had some fruity pebbles. They had some chocolate and vanilla frosted with M&Ms and M's and sprinkles, cotton candy, Boston cream. We had a variety going on in that box. And oh my God, I wanted a little bit of everything. But I went live actually the other day and was discussing a more serious topic. Would you marry your cousin? And I was showing the box then. And I had me one little donut sitting in front of me because I didn't eat it while I was talking. I was so into my live. That baby kept visiting that table trying to get my doggone donut. And I finally was able to eat it once I got off the live and went to put their pizza in the oven. Girl, I turned my back for 2 seconds and he finished my donut. I was so sick with him because I only got one with the butter pecan. So next time I gotta make sure I get me two of those. And I'll just eat them sparingly. But they're so filling and they're so big and they're so tasty that I can only give them one because they are nice and filling. And I didn't want them bouncing off the walls. Listen, y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. Because these boys got some energy. And people say to me, oh, they're going to eat you out of house and home as they get older. And I believe it because their appetites have definitely picked up now. There's Tyzier. Say hi, Ty. Ty's walking around his area, the playground. TJ's behind me on the opposite side. He's running around. Tyjon, don't dig in that dirt, baby. Tyjon's over here playing with ants. Oh my God, do y'all kids just like chase bugs and follow bugs all around? They'll come say, Dalu, Dalu, there's a bug, it's a bug. And before I can get the spray or the fly swatter or whatever, they messing with it. So here's Kha'yair and the baby. I think they burnt out. Um, Celebrating freedom. Tishy J, welcome. Couldn't really see what it said. It faded in and out. Guys, y'all ready to come up on the panel with me yet? Anybody ready to come up on live? A lot of you guys that's in here don't do lives. Tamika Davis. I don't know if you'll be able without having a channel, but I think if I put the link out, you'll be able to come up. I'm just not sure how that works for someone who's not a content creator. But I'm figuring out StreamYard, guys. So I'll be able to bring people up when I'm having much more serious topics and you guys can give your viewpoints, or we can set it up ahead of time if you would like to be a guest so that we can have some questions set up and we both can do the live stream together. I know Sierra's down, right, Sierra? When the Supreme Court just stopped. Okay, I can't. Again, it keeps popping in and out. I came in the shade and I could see it and then it popped out. So I'm trying to read that comment that you put, Tishy, but haven't been successful yet. We don't have much going on. I did go over to the was it? Not Family Dollar, Dollar General. And we have an upcoming collab where we're doing a dessert bar. Sierra, if you have a Dollar General in your area, because I know you're participating, go check them out. They got this 50% off clearance of all little cute little decor you can use on your dessert bar, because I'm definitely using it. In fact, this week we have a collab coming up with adult beverages, and I'm sure you might find some glasses or some tumblers or something you can use in that one too if you don't already have any. And they're cuter than what you find in the Dollar Tree. Don't knock Dollar Tree down. I ain't knocking them. But I found some, nicer looking things. Stop, baby, over in Dollar General, 50% off. And they have a variety of colors and patterns, and it's so pretty. And you don't have to go with that same old theme that they carry at Dollar Tree, which is that truck, that pickup truck. You know, it's a cute truck. I love it. But that's all they put out every season. Christmas, they got that truck. Halloween, they got that truck. During the summer months, spring, everything. They make a version of everything, but they got that truck as like their signature pick. So, sit down and put it on, Tony. Sit down and put it on. You're a big boy. I keep telling you, you got to start doing things different. You're 7 years old now, right? Okay, so you have to do what TJ did when he was 7. TJ's 8, so now he have to do all the old things that Kha'yair used to do. You're a bigger boy now, so you got to be a little bit more independent than you were 2 weeks ago, okay? Let me know when you got it done, sir. Listen, y'all, that trickery works. Use that age. Look, ever since he turned 7 last week, I've been telling him, like, oh my God, your feet even got bigger now that you turned 7. I'm like, you can fold those towels like that. Oh my God, when you were 6, you didn't fold them that good, but 7, oh my God, your skills are improving. You gotta just reward these kids. Give them verbal praise. They love it. They'll do more for you. I'm telling you, it works for me all day, every day. Ever since Tyjon turned 5 back in March, I've been telling him, oh, you a big boy. Listen, even with their hygiene, I use their age. For their roll-on deodorant, so Tyjon is 5, so he gets 5 strokes under each armpit. And the fact that they turned a year older, both of them, they so happy. Like, TJ's like, oh, I get 8 under my arms now. Ty's like, well, I'm almost there because I'm getting 7. They are so excited. So everything I have been using the fact that they just had a birthday and praising them and getting them to do more. And that's the kind of stuff I do around the house with the boys as far as trickery. Now, my husband uses it different, their age. He is from Africa and he does everything cultural. So, in their particular culture, their customs is you give most respect to the eldest sibling. So, here's where we differ. we butt we butt heads on this. So if Kha'yair, who is younger than TJ, is in the living room watching TV, and TJ comes up and get that remote and want to turn it in the middle of this baby watching something. Well, this boy, I gotta stop calling him baby. And they get to arguing like, well, Ty will say, I had it first, and then if I just sit back, because I know what hubby's gonna do. He'll go in and say, oh, what's going on? And they'll say, Ty will say, I was watching TV, and then TJ came and took the remote and turned it, and TJ will be like, I don't want to watch that stupid show. And here go Tony, y'all. Y'all ain't ready for this. Ah, Ty, he's your elder brother. You have to give to your elder brother. I said, no, Tony, that's not the way that works. He was in there watching TV first. You can't, he just can't come and take over in the middle of his program. Not yet, baby. He can't take over in the middle of his program. That's not fair. That's not the way it works culture. It might work like that over there with y'all, and that's wrong. I said that baby was watching TV. He needs to continue to watch. If he gives up the TV and get up and walk away, that's different, and TJ takes over. Or if they agree to watch something else together. Come here, over here. You gotta watch that baby. He loves running up the float. Come here. I used to be against those straps that parents had where they had the kids attached to them. But I'm gonna see if I can find one of them because this one here is too friendly for me. It's not nothing wrong with being friendly, but he can't just be running up the float like that. And this ain't even got nothing to do with the pandemic. This is simply safety. He is completely unaware when he's compromising his safety. And that's one thing that I have been trying to work with him on at home and in the community. And when he has IEPs with school, I share that type of thing with them because I need them to work on it from their end as well. A lot of parents have a problem with doing stuff like that or, you know, disclosing that type of information. I don't. I need you to catch it early. Anything with these kids. When you do an assessment, please be very fair in your assessment. Let me know what you see. I'll do the same. Tyjon, come here away from there. Tyjon, over there digging in bugs, y'all. Oh my God, this boy. I need you to have a fair assessment. I need to be forthright with the information because you can help as much as you can on your end, and I'll do whatever I can on my end. Because we can't lose sight of the fact, and I shared with you guys in the past, when he was born, he stayed in the hospital for 8 weeks. He came home one day before the 8-week mark. So he spent 8 weeks in a hospital when he was born. Because unfortunately his mother, was popping pills. And so he suffered. No prenatal care. And so he suffered. And so I have to deal with all of that on the aftermath. And a lot of people falsely believe that the day he became discharged from the hospital, things were over. No, that's not true. When you have something like that happen to a child and they have to fight for their lives in the beginning, it's a long journey. Because of it, I am very selective when giving them medication, even over the counter or treatment medications for colds and stuff like that, or even medications that the doctors prescribe. I'm so in tune with their medication regimen because these type of things have a long-term effect on babies. And so I opted and had reached out to the school district before they started in pre-K to have them assessed. I initiated a lot with DCP&P, which is diapers. I really made those people do their jobs. You're not just going to have me take care of these babies. I know they're my grandchildren, but you're not going to just have me just raising them and you're not making sure all their needs are being met cognitively. Um, they have to meet these developmental milestones. I am their biggest critic. I'm the one raising them. I catch things they're not going to catch in school. They're with me majority of the time. And that's why I chose to work overnights. For anybody that ever wonder, like, why she have all them kids? It's easier for me. Come here, baby. If we have to alternate a babysitter or our nanny's unavailable, to get someone to keep some sleeping kids, opposed to a bunch of kids bouncing off the walls running around during day shift or twilight shift. So I rather work overnight. So if I need a sitter, it's easier to have someone do childcare for you. Wait a minute, Ty, when the kids are sleeping. Also, stop it, TJ. Don't do that. That's dangerous. I don't want anybody getting frustrated with my kids. Like maybe there's a day where they're really amped up or something. I don't. Jazz plus 10, welcome, Queen. I see you coming in now. I don't want somebody to be harsh on my kids, like, oh, he gets on my nerve, he hard-headed. You can't get frustrated with a child that had that type of situation against them from day one. And I always, always, always really praise these kids because Tyzir was born with the same situation, but he came home from the hospital sooner. Tyjon, which is the younger, had a longer fight. This baby, I can't right now. It's too emotional for me to talk about. And I said in the past that I would definitely share this on my platform because I'm sure there's other parents out there with children that may be suffering. And so for anybody that follows my journey and see that I'm so in tune with the kids and I don't mind doing anything with the kids and I'm very active and I'm very laid back and everything, it's because I know their history. I know the situation that I took them out of. I know that they were born in a messed up situation, and I know that the odds were against them, and I put everything into turning their situations into a positive situation. And I am going to share this with my babies when they get older. Here I go, babies again. They're mine. Every time their mother gave birth and those kids was left in the hospital, and I went up there and did bonding time, I would always tell them, nobody's ever going to take you away from me. And I meant that, which is why I went on and adopted. I saw that through. So now, technically, people, on their new assigned birth certificates, I'm listed as the mother. I am their mom. I still say grandma because it's a blessing to be their grandma. And I know that eventually, as they get older, I'm going to have to bring in some more services into the home and possibly in the schools so that they can gain a true understanding of the family dynamics because clearly they don't know right now. They refer to me, and I shared this the other day, they call me mommy, or they'll call me Dalut, which is my family nickname. Let me explain that one to y'all. Dilute, like you pour some water into something and dilute it down. When I was younger, I used to just let everything fly. Anything anybody did against me, whatever, I let it fly. I was, didn't care. I still am like that to a certain extent, but I'm very vocal now. And so they always tease me like, you always dilute things down because you want to spare people feelings and stuff like that. While people do things to you, you praying for them. And I'm like, that's what gets me, I get far like that. Your way is not working because that's the way that everybody in the world operates. Somebody offend them, they ready to fight. I don't. I pray for you. And so that's where that little nickname came from. They always say I dilute everything down. And I'm okay with that. So here we are. My nieces, my great nieces and nephews, my nieces and nephews, and now my own grandbabies slash babies are calling me dilute. That's to tell you how long it's been. But I'm okay with that. I learned to love the name. I used to hate it, but I love it now. I was defensive when I first got the name, but I'm okay with it now. Um, but yeah, my babies, they went through a lot, guys. We had early intervention in the house. And I sometimes think back and I wish I had my YouTube journey back then because I would have taken you guys along. Sometimes you have to see it, to show that to somebody or the world because there may be somebody out there, even if it's just one person that may be going through the same thing. You may be able to help them. You may be able to point them in the right direction of some resources that maybe they don't know about. And so it's a blessing every time I wake up, every time they pass to the next grade, every time I get good reports from their schools, or we get ongoing assessments. What you don't know, a lot of people, if you're not foster parents, once you adopt, you still have a plethora of services available to you free of charge. I take advantage of everything. We even have vacations. And unfortunately, I'm not taking advantage of them right now because of the pandemic, and I'm still a little iffy about what I'm doing with the kids and where I take them. But a hubby and I could just look at a brochure. We have it all available to us and choose a destination with all expenses paid. Airfare, lodging. I believe they even give us a stipend for food. And we could just take these kids on trip. You could pick a destination. There, you got to go by what's listed. And you could take the kids on unlimited trips. Because that's what they do. They appreciate you adopting children. Also, the judges and stuff who do the adoptions, they have what they call adopt a family. At Christmas time, they adopt your family. So you can give them a list of things that you would like as Christmas gifts. So you can sit down with your children and ask them what they want to have. Anything, the sky's the limit. They don't care. They really appreciate families that step in and adopt children. And so I participated 2 years, but I see other families that I feel may really need the stuff more than we do. And when I say adopt a family, I mean just that, adopt a family. Hubby is a barber, so he get all his stuff for his salon, like his barber thing. He put it on his adopt a family list. They give us anything you need, pot sets. In my house, I have George Foreman grills. I have electric skillets. Every year for the 2 years, I always put in like kitchenware because I'm always cooking for the kids and stuff. And they was like, no, Miss Wanda, you could put in more stuff. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm just going to put in something to help me meet the needs of the kids. But you could put in what the kids got bikes. The green, what are they, green and blue bikes that you see the kids riding, that came from the judges and stuff when we did Adopt a Family. They adopt the entire family. Whatever you put on your list, it happens. That's a beautiful program. You won't know about it if you're family who has adopted. Um, so there are a lot of services. Any services, if we need family counseling because somebody stumbles across some type of problem, it's free of charge to us. Like if I want them in summer camp right now, I'm okay with taking them out in the community, as you can see. But if I needed a break, which is called respite and refill, I can contact the office and they'll give me a list of locations that can take my babies. They can transport them to and from. They can have and take advantage of the summer programs and recreations. I don't do that because I don't want to put my job off on somebody else. And again, I want to make sure I'm watching them at all times, monitoring them. Thank God none of them are on medication. But again, like I said earlier, that's because I'm not quick to shove meds in their mouth whenever they get sick because I know that they were born with the odds against them with her taking the medications. For Tyjon, and I keep stressing that, it was more visual. It was very depressing because he was like in the hospital with the shakes. Like someone you maybe see seizing. That's the condition that he was left in the hospital. He had to remain in a dark room, no lights. They only had the light of a incubator on. And it wasn't the one that he was in. It was just across the room for the illumination of that light. Whenever I couldn't go there, because this was before hubby made it to the States, they would have people in there. at hospitals that go, and they're called the Cuddle Me program. And so the hour I was at work from 9 to 5, and the other 2 was at my home care provider. And this was my daily routine, guys. 9 to 5, I was at work. I would take tablets, because these 2 were really little. They were 1. Both of them were 1. Remember, they're Irish twins. I would charge their little tablets at my desk every day at work. This was when I worked daytime. And when I got off, I would go pick them up, the 2 babies from the daycare, my home care provider. Take them home and bathe them and get them in their PJs. We would go up to and bond with the baby. They have a playroom. The kids were free to go right next door and play in that playroom. They positioned this baby next door to the playroom because they knew he was in there for the long haul. And I had these 2 other babies, so they did that as a courtesy. They switched some rooms around. So I was able to go. They had a door. I didn't even have to go in the hallway. I could go straight in through the door into the playroom and keep an eye on the other. And that was hard. Think, 2 1-year-olds in the next room while you're trying to bond with this other baby. That was hard. And I used to order room service and have it brought up to their room, to the baby's room. Because as a courtesy, anybody that's in a hospital, and I didn't know this, even a newborn that's in a hospital can get room service. So their guests that comes up there can order room service. So I will order room service and feed these 2 babies their dinner up there. We will bond with that baby, feed him on his feeding schedule according to what the nurses had on the chart. I will put him back to sleep, and I would take those babies and we would go home and I would put them down to bed. And this was my life until hubby showed up and was able to help out a little more physically. What's wrong, baby? Say hi.
My hurt.
You hurt? Okay, we're going back, okay? Go sit down with your brothers and then we're going to leave in a minute. All right. That was my life. So that's why I'm very serious about these babies, even against their parents. My son, and I always tell him, like, if you get out of line and you come home and talk about something, they my kids. I'm going to have to let them know, no, really, bro, they your little brothers, because I adopted them. So I don't want my son to come home and try to, you know what I mean, talk crazy to me. Or, you know, sometimes people get a little beside themselves. And I already let him know I did that. You made poor choices in women. I had no life. I had to give up my life to raise your kids. And so what you're not going to do is come change the dynamics of anything I got going on in my household. Hello, King Morgan. I see you coming in, King. Not going to allow it. Because I feel like they've already been failed by their mother and their father. By him not being available and being incarcerated, and by her just not being available. And so I had to step in and do things. So while I do want him to get back into their lives, we're going to have to do this thing right. You're not just going to come in and say what's not and what is going to happen. We're not doing that. And I don't know that he will, but I'm just saying that proactively, we're not doing it. I don't deserve that, and they don't deserve that. You're not going to come disrupt everything they know and love. You're not going to do that. Nobody is. Which is why, again, I opt to keep my babies and switch my schedule. Because I don't want anybody making them feel a certain kind of way. Like, I'll share something with you for an example. Kha'yair, who is now 7, have a fetish for rubbing people's tummies. Tyjon, come over here with them. He rubbed people's tummies. Mine, my hubby's, his brothers. It's soothing for him. I know some people that grab people's ears. It's soothing for them. It's relaxing. However, a tummy is a little different. And I don't want him to go in a community and rub somebody's tummy and they take it the wrong way and thinking he's groping them or something. Because that is sexually inappropriate. And clearly that's not what this child is doing. He's trying to get soothed because when he's doing it, he's trying to put himself to sleep. So I reached out to his PCP and told her we need to come in for an emergency visit because it was something I have been working on for a long time. And clearly I can't get it to stop. So now we have an upcoming appointment Because I'm like, listen, he's getting older. And I can't be everywhere. I'm not in school. I'm not this. I can't say where he is and when he's going to do this behavior. So now we need to get a grasp on this. I have mentioned it to you in the past, and you said to me that he would grow out. I'm telling you, he's not growing out of it. Because you guys know, if you follow my journey, hubby and I take turns. We take turns going down in the kids' room until they fall off to sleep. So I'm very observant, and I'm watching when I'm down there, and he's still doing it. And I'm guessing that's why they like to go in each other's bed. I shared that with you. I put them down in their own bed, and I come back in the morning or in the middle of the night to check on them, and they in each other's bed. I think he really is the one that travels a lot to other people's bed, and I think he needs that. So we got to get a handle on that. I don't know what they can do, but I'm sure there's something out there that we can do. Tajon, over here. Get from over there. Over here. No, over here. I'm sure there's something we can do to address it, or at least take baby steps. Like, okay, from this point to this point, we can make a bunch of short-term goals so that when he mastered this part of it, then we can move on to the next. Because that's how we deal with my clients, with psych clients, and you're able to turn things around. So I'm sure there's something we can do to turn this situation around, but I'm not just going to let it go. Again, there are resources, and I make sure that we utilize all of them. So I don't want, if there's anybody watching and you may have children that have situations going on or difficulties and you don't have resources or you don't know which way to turn, reach out to me. If I don't know, I can ask my division and maybe they can tell me something that I can share with you. You could DM me over on Instagram, and I don't mind networking with people and sharing anything that I learn. Again, I work with psych patients. I have been for 23 plus years now. It's not an easy job. However, I'm still there. I shared in the beginning of my journey that the very first time I reported to work at a group home, you couldn't tell me 23 years ago that I'd still be doing that today. I was completely freaked out. We had a woman who was what they call a hermaphrodite that was born with both sex parts. So when that happens, normally the parent decides which sex organ they would like for the individual to keep. Her mom was in complete denial, obviously, and let her go through life with both parts. So this was a low functioning group home. And meaning you're basically taking care of total care individuals. So these people can't bathe themselves. They can't really feed themselves without adaptive eating equipment and things like that. So long story short, went through my first day shadowing this woman who was training me. She pulled the okie doke on me, y'all. She did not tell me about this woman's situation down there. And she was like, oh, okay, it's time for us to bathe them. She said, so I'm going to do the 3 over here and you could just do the 2 over there. And I'm thinking she's taking it easy on me because it's my first day, so she's going to do 3 and I'm going to do 2. Unbeknownst to me, I go in there to bathe this woman and I see something moving around in the water, and I'm like, well, what the hell is that? And I went to grab it thinking it was soap. Girl, it was her penis part. You want to talk about somebody who was sick to their stomach? Okay, we're going now. When I walk back around, y'all meet me over there because we're going to go, okay? This is my last time around, so y'all can cut over to the van. Go ahead. I'm opening the doors. You can open from here. Go ahead and get in. And so yeah, she got over on me, y'all. After I got through it, of course I jumped back like, what the heck? Like I heard of it, of course, but I never seen it. I never actually witnessed that. When I tell you I couldn't eat, I couldn't eat that day. I couldn't drink. I just noticed I felt like a pregnant woman. The ones when they get to spitting and they spit on, I just kept spitting. Like everything was just so gross to me. Oh my God, I was sick to my stomach. I went home and I envisioned that. And I was like, ain't no way in the world I'm going back there. And then the guy I was dating with at the time, like, I don't know you to be a quitter. I don't know you to let something like that defeat you. You did it. You got through the task. So what is it to bathe her again? If that's the worst thing, then you've already faced the worst thing. I went back and I made sure I was the one to bathe her the next day because I had to do that. And I did it. I got through it successfully. And so anything, and it was true, anything else that I came across at that group home, I was able to deal with. And that's how I deal with everything in life. Normally, I even work with um, teenage children that have behavioral issues. So they're in separate group homes, of course, than someone with psych. So when I go into those group homes, the staff is normally like, I don't want to work with this one. This one got a smart mouth, or I ain't dealing with this one. Guess what? Give me that one. That's how I approach things. Give me the roughest or the toughest situation you got, because if I could do that, I could do anything else. And so that's something you guys could take away from this. You gotta go. Stop taking the easy way out, even with your YouTube journey. Stop looking for handouts. Stop looking for everybody to do everything for your channel that you're not willing to do for the next. Put in the work. If you notice lately, you're seeing me up on your YouTube platform a little more often than no, a lot more often than usual, because I'm going live more often in the community or just at the house. I'm doing my topics. I'm going to get back to playing the games with you guys and the movies and all that and the TV trivia. But you're seeing more of me because I realized that once I started going consistent when I did Vlogmas, and then between Sierra Davis and myself, we just started going, just put in a little more uploads to see if we could see the difference in our YouTube studio analytics. And it's working for both of us. We started doing the collabs with the open collabs. It's looking good. I'm networking more. I'm able to get more ideas. I'm getting more content out. And so I'm just encouraging that everybody do the same. You can't, I saw a quote the other day. Stop sitting around waiting for handouts and get out there and network with new people. And it's true. So I'm going to leave you guys on that note. Again, guys, don't be afraid to ask questions about my family dynamics. Maybe I can help someone. But I just ask that people do it respectfully, because these are young children and one day they will be able to see my platform. I would appreciate it if you had a question that you wanted to ask me. Slide into my DM over on Instagram at Pretty Brown Eyes too, because there has been a few times where I noticed people that even have access to me over on Instagram and talk to me in my groups on a daily. What bugs are over here? Would opt to come on my video and ask a question that they could ask clearly off the platform and in a more private setting. And nothing like that irritates me more than anything. There's nothing that irritates me more than someone underhandedly trying to disrespect. You're doing it indirectly. To me, you're a coward. And I don't really like to come out and get off on people like that. Oh, trust me, I can. And I've shared that before. I don't like to really get upset because it takes a lot for me to calm myself down. And I will just go straight for, I'm just going to chop you down at the knees. So I try not to do that. If there's anything you want to know, you can ask. Either I'm going to say to you that's a bit much, or I'm going to go ahead and share the information. I haven't had anyone that has contacted me privately or said to me, I admire you for what you do. You gave up your life for the kids. You do a great job. Had you not shared a day with your grandchildren versus your children, we would never know. All of that is welcome. Anything that is respectful is welcome. I just don't want anybody disrespecting me, because I don't come on here disrespecting anybody. I don't want anybody disrespecting my platform, and especially anything that my grandchildren may be able to have access to in the future. I like to send them away when I'm talking about certain topics, because I have to be mindful that they're like little sponges. They soak up and absorb everything. And if you're not practicing that with your children, you might want to get on board with that. Also, like image of self. I don't like to say to them like, oh, I'm exercising to lose weight, because I don't want them to think that I'm unhappy with my appearance. That is not a conversation that I like to have in front of the children. I normally have that off to the side. It's nothing wrong. We all know with trying to make some improvement for yourself. But again, I don't want to give them a false sense that your image is everything or you don't meet certain standards. So it is the 4th of July. Everybody enjoy your cookouts or whatever you got going on. Didn't expect to stay on this long. I just came on to say a quick hey and happy 4th of July. Happy Independence to everybody. I'm not very patriotic. I don't do the whole red, white, and blue anything. I do partake in cooking and making sure the kids are okay. Again, we're not doing anything lavish. We're just going home. I'm going to grill up some things. We're going to have our little private situation, and I'm just going to take this day off and tonight's off too, and I'm going to relax and enjoy my kiddos. I'm going to enjoy my channel lineup because I did not watch it on purpose yesterday so that I can have that as a feast today. I'm going to cut into this watermelon that I got over at the farm the other day. I got some fresh corn I'm going to boil. Like I said, we're going to make the burgers, the hot dogs, the sausages. I'm going to make just a few sides to go with it, especially some baked beans. I have to have that or it's not a barbecue to me. And I'm just going to chill. It's not much. I'm not making large amounts. I'm making enough for us. And then I'm going to, I have a collab coming this week. So, guys, make sure you look out for that. On Thursday, we're going to be doing adult beverages. Anybody that may be watching, if you want to make an upload of an adult beverage and get in on this collab, this is a perfect one. Tell me somebody in this chat that don't need an adult beverage. Tell me somebody in this chat that can't whip up an adult beverage in 2 to 5 minutes and get in on this collab and get yourself out on other people's platforms. Eastad, I believe I saw you come in. Welcome, King. I believe I just saw moments with us. Again, I'm out here. The sun is bright. I can't really see my chat. It's going in and out. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. Anybody who did not get to see this whole upload, just go back and watch it for me. And anybody, when you leave, on your way out, if you didn't give me a thumbs up, go ahead and do that. And go on your way out, leave me a comment in the comment section. That also helps me out with YouTube and the analytics. Love and respect to you all. Let me go get my babies. They in this hot car, guys. Have a good one. I'm coming. I'm coming.